Might get Beastie excited, but it won't get me excited.
Is this why you were late onto the show in the first place?
Of course it is. I love that game.
We were trying to speak to very important dev people.
Yeah, I want to play Magic.
It's quite nice, don't get me wrong, it's nice to look at.
Hello, and welcome to episode 13 of The Night Shift. I'm Proton, and with me today I've got Rob. Hello, Rob.
Hello.
No one else today. It's one of our, shall we say, off weeks, but it never really turns out being like that, does it?
Usually not.
No, just as long as every other episode that we've got.
To be fair, we have been busy before we even started recording the sodding show.
Yeah, I think about an hour or so, really. Yeah.
We've done lots in this hour.
Yeah, just not recorded it.
No, it's been like a team meeting.
Yes, I suppose it has, hasn't it? Yeah. Lots of interesting things are happening in the future, hopefully. But first, Rob, what's coming up this week?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just going to make up as I go along, same as always. No, we do actually have a running order this week. We have in the disc tray, we did have Rose Tinted Glasses, but someone's deleted it without telling me.
It's because we don't have anything, Rob. I've not.
This is true. No, I'm not going to knock you for that. We have Arrested Development, bit of competition, some news, and any other business, but generally we'll probably just skip all over the place like we always do.
Fantastic. That's why we do these things.
It is.
So, Rob, you have a list of 6 games that you've been doing this week. To my meager 1, and I'm not too sure if mine is classified as an indie game or not.
Oh, it's about quality, not quantity, though.
No, but we'll start with mine first because.
No, I'm actually really interested because some of mine are repeat from the last week's because just
stress. I think I may have mentioned this last week. I generally can't remember. I may need to listen again. I've been playing that fantastic card game, Magic the Gathering.
Ah.
It's.
I've never actually played Magic the Gathering.
It's. People could describe it better than I could, but what it is basically. I don't want to say like Pokemon because it's not, but what it is you've got 5 different colours, 5 different elements. You've got red, which is fire. You've got white, which is a sort of holy. You've got black, which is death, like black magic and necromancy and that sort of stuff. Blue, which is like water magic and trickery. And did I mention green?
Oh, I can't recall, so mention it again.
Green, which is like forests and earth powers and stuff like that. Now, I may try and get someone on in one of our off weeks that can talk about this because this is generally an interesting game.
I'll tell you who would be cool to get on. Who is an industry person, who is more of a game developer than he is a journalist, although I know him as a journalist first and foremost, which is the wrong way around. And that's by the name, a guy by the name of Will Luton.
Does he play Magic?
Oh, Christ, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He's a friend of Byron's.
Yes.
Byron Atkinson Jones. He has written a book called Free to Play, which ironically is all about free to play games. He's doing a lot of development for the Ouya at the moment. We do follow him on Twitter, and he's a nice chap.
Have we actually spoken to him on Twitter?
I've met him.
You've met him, fantastic.
I've shaken his hand.
Shaking his hand.
Hand. I'm denying shaking anything else than Will Luton's.
Right, okay, fantastic. I can pretty much harass him then.
Yeah. I mean, he's a really, really nice chap. I wouldn't be at all surprised if we see him at this little gathering, which we are allowed to mention later on, but we'll mention it under news or any other business. I can't remember which one. But yeah, Will is a good chap. He's got a good head on his shoulders. He's got some opinions on him, not all of which I agree with, but yeah, he's a nice guy.
Yes. Okay, fantastic. Then I'll harass him to. He'll have it on Steam, won't he, Magic? I want to play other people. That's all.
Oh, I know what'll get you excited.
Go on.
I met the guy who did the original concept art for the Magic.
Might get Beastie excited, but it won't get me excited.
Why not? No. This is the concept artist that Byron uses is the guy that did the original concept art for Magic the Gathering.
It's like we know everyone in a roundabout fashion.
It's a very, very small industry. When you actually start asking around, it's actually quite a small select group. But I've never actually played it, and I'm really, really tempted by it.
You should, because
Now,
it's
what's
easy
the
to
difference
pick
between
up.
this version compared? I mean, I've only ever heard of Magic the Gathering. I've never been interested. It looks like kiddie-fied top jumps mixed with a little bit of D&D.
Yeah, it is basically that now. Um, the basic match is that you get land cards or mana cards.
Hmm.
People make up decks based on usually two types of mana, any two that they see fit. But I mean, some people choose single coloured mana. Um, I find it hard to explain because I can't formulate my words properly. Um, you put your mana cards down and say one of my favourite cards is a Scroll Thief, which is blue. Now you put that card down, and that's got like a 1/3, so that's its attack power and its health. So if I go to attack you in the main combat phase and attack you, it'll hit it for 1 health, but it has a little description below. It means on every attack I draw a card. So every time it manages an attack, I draw a card off my deck and add it to my pile. So that's like an added little power. Now, one of the things that I liked to do, because one of my first ever deck, which I didn't really know what I was doing, apparently was an incredibly powerful deck. My experience with Magic is very little, but I was beating people who were very experienced with it because of just how I was playing it, just by fluke, really, I suppose. Um, I'll give you an example of another couple of cards. There's a card called a Protean Hydra. Now, this has a health of 0/0. But what it means, in the description, it means when you put it down, you can assign as many mana cards to it as you want to give it health and defenses. Now, this is a very basic description. There are other factors at play, but this is basically what it does. And it also has another description that says, after every turn, it doubles. So, shall we say, at the beginning, it starts off as a 6/6, then it survives a turn, and it goes a 12/12. Then after that, it becomes a 24/24, and then after that, it's like a 48/48. You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah, it builds up quite quickly.
It builds up quite quickly, and it becomes an absolute monster unless you have something to get rid of it quickly. Say like one of the blue cards is called an unsummons. That means it basically
Not an Ann Summers.
No, not an unsummons. An unsummons is basically when I attack. When the person attacks with a card, you pull that card out. It's called an instant. You can play it pretty much whenever you want, and then you pull that out, you play it, and then you choose that card, and it just sends it straight to the graveyard, which is where all your spent cards go.
Ah.
It takes
So
a little.
do you
bit.
have to buy? Do you have to buy these packs, or can
No.
you?
The game.
So if I met up with you and you had your pack, could we just split it between us and just play socially?
Do you
or is
mean?
it
Do you mean
competitive?
as in if I have physical cards?
Yes.
Oh, I have no idea how the physical card side
Oh,
of
so
things
this
works.
is a
Steam.
excuse my yeah, okay. Right, ignorance 101. I was assuming this was a physical game.
It is a physical game first and foremost, but what pulled me into it was the fact that it was like £6 on Steam, and you get 2 packs with it, and you get all the cards and stuff you could possibly want. I mean, if you really want to get into this and have the proper cards, fantastic. I'd love to, but I don't have the money for it.
So this is a cheaper version, but by effectively doing it in a virtual thing. But I assume it plays exactly the same as the physical variant.
It's even easier because of morons like me. It sort of holds your hand a little bit and tells you what cards you can play and when.
Oh, okay, because it's almost got like into real-time rules.
Yeah, basically
You're working within the structure that it's already set.
Yeah, I basically try and play a card, it won't let me, and it'll just go, no, you can't play that card, basically. I mean, I've been playing it, I've put like 9 hours into it, possibly over a couple of days. So, yeah, it's been very, very good.
Yeah, if you do want to find someone to play against on the Steam-based variant, now I know from what I understand, Will plays the physical version, but yeah, send him a tweet and see what he says. He's a nice guy.
Fantastic.
And I want him on the show anyway. He's on my list of people to email.
We shall harass
very,
him.
very, very long list of people to email.
That's good. I like a big long list.
I wish I did. It just means more emails I have to send. Because I don't just send out blast emails. I craft each one individually.
Craft it like a fine bone china, something.
No, I just changed the intentional mistakes in it.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I like that. That's good. £6, Rob. Magic is a fantastic game, and we had on the forum we had a match. It was like 9 people in it, and we were like doing best of 3 rounds. I lasted the first round, but I got knocked out in the second round just due to a fact that I had a Crumbling Colossus, which is a 7/4 card, 7 attack and 4 health, and it has trample. Oh, some cards have special effects like trample, which means if you've got a card that's a 1/1 in front of me and it didn't have trample, it would just destroy that card and that would be it. But if it has trample, it takes the brunt of the force, like it takes 1 health. The card has 7/4, so it takes one of the 7s off to a 6 and then attacks you for 6 health. It sort of follows through with the attack, if you know what I mean.
Mm.
That's a better way of describing it. It follows through with the attack. So what I'd done is I'd got the Crumbling Colossus, and after that, it basically you get 1 attack round with it, and then it goes. You chuck it in your graveyard. So I had a 7/4 there, and then I got out a Angelic Destiny card, which gave it first strike and flying. So it turned it into a 14/8 card, which knocked him down to 1 health, and I thought I had him, but I didn't, and then he came back and bounced me all over the place. They get quite tense at times, especially when you've got people of equal skill levels and they know what they're doing.
Okay, so it sounds like it's a good multiplayer game, but it's based on something we all recognise, something that's a bit nostalgic, almost retro in some respects, but it's relatively straightforward.
It teaches you there are some tutorial levels, and as I'm going to say at the end of the show, come onto the forum and there are plenty of people on there who will go through it with you in baby steps and teach you, and you may even beat them. Like I am now. I'm beating people.
Are you playing now?
No, I'm not playing it now. You can tell what I'm playing now. I'm playing nothing.
Is this why you were late onto the show in the first place?
Of course it is. I love that game. It's fantastic.
We were trying to speak to very important dev people.
Yeah, I want to play Magic.
That's the right answer.
Yep. It's as simple as that. To be fair, though, I think that's what delayed the last show.
I can't remember. You're always late on now.
No. Not because of Dear Leader not being able to upload it straight away, but my editing skills were waylaid because I was playing Magic.
Quality.
So yeah, that's basically me this week.
Now, there's a game on here that you haven't mentioned yet, and I don't know why.
Okay.
Now, I know you've played it, Mercenary Kings.
I must have talked about that.
No, you talked about it when Jen was on, but I think you were still waiting to buy it then. And you've not talked about it since I think you've bought it. So, who have we had on since? We had Jen on, and then last week we had Nicole on, the wonderful Mr. Hunt, and you didn't talk about it then. How long have you had it? Or because you were, I know you were really, really excited about this game, but I don't recall you specifically talking about actually playing it.
I have. I got it came out. I'm actually looking at Rogue Legacy at this precise minute, which isn't what I want to bring up. I want to bring up Mercenary Kings. I've put just under 3 hours into that game so far. I'm enjoying it. I've convinced a few other people to buy it. Yeah. I want to play more of it before I get into it. Now, there is one thing that I would recommend people who are thinking about getting it. Buy it. It's a good game, but try and do the first few missions linearly. Now, as they come in, don't just jump about and change around, because you get certain extra characters in the first few levels, which annoyed me a little bit, but I've got them now, and that's the only gripe I've got. I mean, the modular thing with the weapons is very good, but I think I need to play it more, Rob.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Before I can give a decent thing. It's good, don't get me wrong, I'm enjoying it, and I've played a little bit of the multiplayer with other people, and some of the weapons they've got is just unbelievable.
No, it's just, I know you're really, really looking forward to this, and yeah, it's not been mentioned since, I don't think.
Yeah, no, that's Magic's fault.
Okay, no, we'll let you off of that.
So yes, you've got a lot of games.
Yeah, but I'm not going to focus on. I mean, I've been playing more Driver San Francisco. Still enjoying it. Still entertaining. It's wearing a little bit thin now. I tend to do the side missions, unlock stuff, but I'm progressing the storyline. Still enjoying the storyline. So that's cool. I'm going to jump around again a bit. I know I've written them